Welcome to the Merch Minds podcast, where we discuss everything about the Merch by Amazon business and the print-on-demand industry. Here are your hosts, Glen and Yong.
Are you coming up short on design ideas? Are you tired of going back and forth with your designer on Upwork and Fiverr? Well, I have a solution for you. DesignCandy.io. They're a professional design agency that offers quality shirt designs for just $10 a pop. You don't have to worry about coming up with niche ideas. All you have to do is just pay the monthly subscription of $20, and then the designs are just $10 each. I personally use them. I like the designs. I use the designs. And you know what? You get top quality customer service. So if you want some good quality designs, head over to DesignCandy.io right now. Mention Merch Minds and you'll get 2 free designs when you sign up.
Merch Informer is the #1 research program for Merch by Amazon. You can do niche research by BSRs, keywords, and even by merchant brand names at your fingertips. You can explore historical data to see exactly what strategies the top sellers are using to succeed. Merch Informer was designed to help streamline your research process and help organize your ideas. Head over to merchinformer.com for a free 3-day trial, and after that, it's just $19.99 per month. Use the coupon code MERCHMINDS for 15% off the entire order. Merch Minds podcast episode number 50. My name is Glenn. I have a YouTube channel, Hustler Hacks. This is Yong.
Hello, my friend.
And just to tell you guys the blood, sweat, and tears that go into this podcast. Third recording, technical difficulties the last 2 times. We're dedicated.
We're dedicated. We're sacrificing our weekend. I look like crap right now. I just got out of the shower. But that's what we do on a weekly basis so we can bring you guys some entertainment and hopefully some actionable content. Man. 3 times, man.
I know. 3rd time. This one's going to be good, though. This is the best one out of all 3 of them.
Hopefully this will work. No more technical difficulties. Let's see. Where should we get started? Let's talk about the Denver meetup, Glenn. Sold out. Sold out. Now, this is going to be a small and intimate meetup / seminar. Again, whatever the hell you guys want to call it. Sold out. Glenn and I, we're looking forward to it. It's going to be next Friday in Denver. Looking forward to meeting every single one of the people that registered. If you didn't register and you're in the area, hit us up anyway. We're going to be there all day Saturday. I'll be there Sunday as well. So we can definitely hang out.
Yeah, and I'm still getting emails and questions about like if there's anything we can do to let more people in. Like, I'm not kidding. I got like at least 5 extra people that were like, any last tickets? And I mean,
you know, what's funny is this always happens, right? Like you always, like, we talk about it for months and months, and you always have like you always have like that small portion of people who want to attend. Unfortunately, we would love to have you. The capacity of the meeting room can only hold up to so many people. So sorry, guys, we're sold out. But again, if you guys do want to hang out over the weekend for like the social outings, you're more than welcome to. No charge, just show up. Glenn and I will both be there on Saturday. I'll be there on Sunday. Let us know. I mean, we'll be more than happy to meet up.
Yeah, and then Friday's going to be a huge day because, of course, that's the actual seminar. And then that night we'll do something.
Yeah, that night we'll do something. But yeah, man, the food's been ordered. I talked to the lady over at the meeting room. She said we're all confirmed, so everything's looking good.
Yeah, everything's good to go, and we're recording this on Sunday, so we got like 5 days, and then I actually fly out and do the presentation that same day, so I got to be on my A game, ready to go.
Yeah, so if you guys recall, the original meetup was supposed to take place on Saturday, but a lot of the places that we called, they said we don't normally open on Saturdays. So in order for you to have it on a Saturday, you would have to pay for someone to be there. So basically, like, we would have to pay for an employee to be there, which would cost like an additional $500, and it just got crazy. So Friday it is. Looking forward to it. And yeah, man, never been to Denver, so it'll be nice.
Yeah, super pumped about that. And I think that's pretty much it for the seminar news, right?
Yeah, that's all. That's it for the seminar news. So earlier in the week, for the people that's doing the Etsy Printful integration, I was out at a networking event for. It was a networking event for female entrepreneurs here locally. I went because I'm doing a logo for one of the ladies. She said, just show up, it's fine. And when I went, she introduced me to a lot of the people, and they asked me what I was doing as far as business wise. And I told her, I'm doing merch by Amazon. Obviously, they had no clue what I was talking about. And then I got into the whole Etsy Printful integration. And so one thing that they did mention, they said, offer V-necks for the ladies. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
They're like, you have to offer a V-neck for the ladies. So I started selecting V-necks for all my designs on Etsy. So just a PSA, a public service announcement. If you guys are doing the Etsy Printful integration, make sure and select V-necks as one of your selections. Let's see, what else?
Well, we do have merch news. Remember, we got an update. We haven't talked about it because we haven't had our podcast yet.
That's right.
Yeah, so the 28th, I think. Oh man, where am I on here? I had this open. Okay, September 28th is when we got the update from Amazon, clarification on the content policy and regarding promises of product quality. Guideline 5.1. Now, earlier, maybe a week and a half ago, is that I think we had different people in different groups talking about this on why their shirts were getting rejected, and there was no explanation for it, I guess. Like Amazon hadn't really talked about it till now. So we ended up getting that 5.1, and they say designs or items that make promises about the quality of the product, speed of shipping or fulfillment, and the manufacturing country of origin, for example, using terms such as high quality, satisfaction guaranteed, ships in 2 days, prime shipping available, and or printed in the USA.
Yeah, that's something. I mean, it's kind of straightforward. That's that. Well, first of all, I've never done that anyway.
Yeah.
But it's kind of straightforward. But some of it's kind of strange, I guess, in the sense. But no surprises there for me. What do you think?
Well, I mean, the prime shipping thing and the printed in the USA, I ran into this issue because I used to put printed in the USA in the very beginning, and I had to go back. I think when I had like 1,200 shirts at one point live, I went back and I changed every single one of those. So that kind of sucked, but I did what I had to do. As far as like high quality, satisfaction guarantee, any of that stuff I've never done. And I thought that was kind of a given. I think once they changed that rule, maybe, I don't know when they changed that rule, when they said not to do any of these, like, I guess to put any of these words, maybe like 8 months ago, 9 months ago. I don't know. It's been a while. But I've never used any of those words. My only issue, I guess, because people talked about this earlier on putting men's available, women's available, youth sizes available, and people were kind of freaking out, saying that that was the one that was triggering it, which is not true. You can definitely put those in your bullet points if you wanted to. No issues there.
See, here's the thing about what you just said. Like, I mean, this is just my opinion. Like, I think you're wasting your keyword space, in my opinion, if you're putting men's, women's, and kid size available, because if they click on your product, they're gonna see that selection anyway.
Yeah. I think people are trying to get keywords to put in, like if someone types in, men's cat shirts or women's cat shirts, then maybe they're trying to get that keyword of women's to come out. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, we don't know what Amazon's algorithm is and how
you
that
don't know.
works,
but I think you should just always omit men's, women's, and kids anyway, because that's as long as you select those choices when you upload your design, it's going to be shown anyway. So why waste your keyword space just repeating what's already there?
Yeah.
That's my opinion. And then as far as the USA printing, I've never done it, but I don't have a problem with it, and I don't know why Amazon would have a problem with it, because as far as I'm concerned, it is printed in the USA, right?
Well, not all of them anymore, but in the beginning it was.
Okay.
Yeah. In the beginning, all of them were printed in the US. And then I don't know where all of them are printed now. They have different, I think the UK has some too. I don't know where the other ones are, but I mean they're kind of in different places now. So that's
Oh,
why they don't
okay.
want
I
it.
see what you're saying. No, because so what Glenn's referring to is because uh, there are some Amazon shirts being sold in the UK.
Yeah. Well, I
So,
think in just different other places too. Like I think they started off with just the US, and doesn't matter, I guess, who's buying them. I think they're just having, since they're growing, they just have different places that they're creating them now. So they're not all printed in the US anymore. So but in the beginning it was fine, and then now I mean, you can't do it.
okay.
So, but
All
this is
right.
what happens also when they change their rules from like one day to the next. I mean, they're not going to tell you right off the bat, like, hey, this changed. You're just going to find out through rejections, which that's what people had a problem with. And now it's like, okay, well, here's the clarification on it. A week and a half later, this is what happened.
Oh, I'm sure they got bombarded with emails asking, why
Oh,
was my
yeah.
design rejected?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So they had to put a public announcement out. Yeah, man. And then there's a rumor going around, and it kind of faded out in the last day or two, but apparently someone had discovered a code on the back end of the dashboard where Amazon is supposedly offering long sleeves, hoodies, and sweatshirts. It was a
Yeah.
hot topic earlier in the week, but it kind of faded out. What do you think about that, Glenn?
Yeah, I mean, we knew it was coming. We just don't know if and when this is going to go live. And so people doing their homework, checking out the back end to see what Amazon's up to. Um, we can't really do anything. That's pretty much why I think it kind of faded out, because we can't really do anything with that information until people get access to it.
Yeah, yeah. And then someone had mentioned if it is available, it'll only be for like the big partners that Amazon, um,
Like Marvel or
like Marvel, DC. I don't know if DC is even a partner, but I'm just basically trying to make a point. But yeah, big companies like that. So who knows? It'll be
yeah.
nice. It'll be nice for Q4, because I think if last Q4 was any indication of what it's going to be like, and especially with all the issues that they were having last year, running out of sizes and colors. If last Q4 was any indication, if they start, selling hoodies and sweatshirts, man, that'd be huge.
Yeah.
That'd be
Oh,
real
yeah.
huge.
All
Hey,
right. So, yeah, go
uh,
ahead.
I want to give a shout out to my new Bulgarian friends. Shout out to Bulgaria. I'm in a small Bulgarian Merch by Amazon group. I have no idea what they're saying, but I'm in there anyway. As far as I know, they're probably talking crap about me. I don't know, but shout out to those guys. Thanks for adding me into the group. Um, it seems like they're really positive, and they're really excited about the Merch by Amazon opportunity. And one last thing before we get into our numbers, man. And I know this is kind of late in the week. Did you ever watch The Princess Bride?
Oh yeah. Um, when I was like younger in grade school, I know we watched it, but I don't even remember like a whole lot about it. I remember Andre the Giant, and that's about it.
Okay, because I did a Facebook Live video in the Merch Minds group earlier in the week, and someone made a reference to The Princess Bride, and I had no idea what they were talking about. I've never heard about the movie, never saw the movie, and people were just irate. They were leaving some really inappropriate comments, some really vile comments about me not watching the movie. One lady even threatened to kill me. Uh, no joke, Glenn. Check out this comment.
This is real.
This is real stuff,
So
man.
are they still in the group?
Yeah, I never deleted it, man. You can go in there and look at.
No, is the person still in the group?
Yeah, dude. She wrote, "My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die." She threatened to kill me.
So it's part of the movie.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, man, it's discussing, just some of the things that people are saying, right? But anyway, I'm sorry, guys. I've never saw that movie.
And then days later, you go on live and you're eating bugs.
Yeah, that is a true story. If you guys are not in the Merch Minds Facebook group, I provide entertainment for the people, and it is true. I was eating edible bugs. I don't know why. My friend gave it to me to try, and I can promise you that will never happen again.
Maybe. Or maybe he'll eat bugs live in Denver.
If it's prepared the right way, maybe I will.
Yeah, we'll see about that. We'll see what kind of entertainment value we can bring to Denver.
All right. So today's October 1st. Q4 is officially started, but let's go over our numbers for the week. Glenn, you want to start it off?
Sure. Where am I? Last 7 days, 118 products sold. Estimated royalties $568.20. Yesterday, I think I sold maybe like 15 shirts. Today, I've sold. Well, what time is it? 12:26 p.m. my time. Early Sunday, kind of. I've sold like 6 shirts so far today. And everything's kind of like average, but I am trying to add more and more shirts, as many as possible. I think Friday I added quite a bit. Yesterday I added maybe like 20, 25 shirts. But the cool thing is, I guess the last couple of shirts that I've added, at least some of them, the last 2 days have already sold. Because I was trying to find different. Well, we're going to talk about that too on our topic today, and why or why not shirts are selling. But I was really trying to go deeper into like the idea and the niche about it. And I found some pretty good ones that seemed like there wasn't like 10, 12, 15 pages worth of them. So I was like, you know what, maybe it's a little untapped right now. Let's see what happens. So I sold a couple of them the last couple of days, and I just added them recently too. So that kind of helps. But I think I really need to also focus more on the idea and the niche too. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
How'd you do for the month?
For the month, for September or August, because I don't think we talked about August either. But September probably within 20. Oh, man, maybe 25 to 2,700 maybe for the month of September. I mean, it went down from. That's weird. Like July was down, and then August it went up. Like I actually made, I think, an extra $600 to $800, and then it went down again. For September. So Q4 I can only go up at this point, I'm thinking.
Oh, of course. Like I said, if last Q4 was any indication, it should be really huge. My numbers for the last 7 days: 392 shirts live, 103 shirts sold for an estimated royalty of $702.03. I did get my numbers, my monthly number for September. I can't remember on the top of my head, but it was right around $2,500. So a big dip from last month.
Yeah.
If you guys remember, I did $3,200 last month. So basically I lost about $700 this month. But here's the thing. I spent a majority of the month of September working on my Etsy store, and my revenue in the Etsy store was exactly $400.
Yeah. So
still at that 3,000 overall royalty mark overall. So not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad.
August I was at 36.44 for the month. So now it looks like I'm gonna be like at 24 to 26. So that's like a big drop of like $1,000 from one month to the next. And then I don't know, let's see what happens for October.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. So you want to get into today's topic?
Yes, sir.
So today's topic is, we're seeing a lot of the same questions and comments in the groups about why people's shirts aren't selling, and these are obviously questions from people who recently just got their accounts approved. And yeah, this is something that we just want to talk about, the real reasons why your shirts aren't selling. Our opinions doesn't mean our opinion accounts for anything, but just keep that in mind. These are our opinions. Number one, uh, idea and design. Glenn and I both agree that the idea and the design kind of fits into the same same line, because without the idea and without the design, you have no merch, right? It's just common
Yeah.
sense. No design, no ideas, no merch. So, and this is why we're always, emphasizing that you should. Ooh, did you hear that?
No, I didn't. I don't know what that was.
Oh man, I just got to sell on merch.
Oh,
But we're always emphasizing that you should always invest in good design, because honestly, I think that your idea and your design is the most important aspect. It's more important than your keywords, because again, it's just common sense. Without it, you don't have no merchandise. What do you
yeah.
think, Glenn?
So I had, because we both had like our bullet points and they were very similar, except we had them like in different order. And I know Young had like design at number one as far as like importance goes. And then I had idea and niche as number one for mine. I guess there's a couple of reasons. Number one, I have some people that have had, they've emailed me and asked me like, hey, what do you think about this idea or this idea? And their ideas are maybe things that they personally thought were funny, but there's no like results for it or nothing. Not that you have to do things that have already been done before, but I don't know. It just seems like random things that maybe you think are funny, maybe other people wouldn't really understand.
Hmm.
And so it's just kind of like, I don't know, like, is that really worth putting out there? Who knows until you actually make the shirt. But if you combine it with a bad design, then yeah, that's definitely not going to sell. But I think the idea and niche and timing all come into play. Obviously, we saw that with the Eclipse shirts.
Yeah, the
People that
trends.
jumped in early, um, really, really cashed out on that, making huge money. We're talking about people that had the Eclipse shirts, in what, February or March. I mean, that was a huge difference, or even maybe even before that. Like they jumped in
Hmm.
super early, and that was their idea. And based off of that was the Eclipse. So they knew that was something that's going to be trending, something that people are going to be interested in. Um, if you have different ideas that people aren't really searching, people aren't really into, or things people have never really typed in or searched for, looked for, something you just came up randomly, I think it's going to be hard for people to kind of look for that and find that idea. And then now you go into the design part, and maybe you did have the cool idea with the Eclipse, but maybe your design sucked.
Yeah,
Like now the design has a huge factor into it. So I think both of them are huge, but at the same time, I think people just kind of like throw both of them under sometimes. And they really don't, they're like, oh, keywords is super important. Yes, that's part of it too, but you need all five of these factors to come into play.
absolutely. And the second bullet point that we have is niche, and you kind of talked about it here already. But yeah, niche is really important, right? I mean, and I'm trying to compare. Let's say, for instance, I made a shirt about football. I always I always reference football because that's my favorite sport, and it's a popular sport, right?
Mhm.
But then let's say someone else makes a shirt about quilting, and nothing wrong with quilting. I'm not disrespecting people that's into quilting, but football in general is just more popular.
Yeah.
So you have to understand what kind of niche that you want to get into. I'm sure that you can sell a shirt about quilting, but you're probably not going to sell much compared to a football shirt, right? I mean, imagine if you have a football shirt that's just, you know, the idea's awesome, the design's awesome, and it's just it's just a great shirt. There's a good chance you can sell a lot of them compared to a quilting shirt.
Yeah, and I think that if you're just creating a football shirt though, and you're throwing it into a pile of like 35 to 40 pages of football shirts, like I don't know, and you only make one, and then you're gonna be like, well, how come this hasn't sold yet? Well, how is someone really gonna find that shirt compared to all the other football ones that are out there? That's why I think that finding the niche too is like, and doing the research. Like I gave you the example earlier today that I found I thought was a little untapped, I guess, on the niche that I found earlier, and I sold a shirt the same day, which is cool. But I think, okay, well, football and what else? Like, what is the kind of thing we can kind of throw together with this football? Like, is it like a funny slogan type of thing? Is it just like a football in general that it is going to get lost with all the other ones? Are we talking about like football and tacos or something? Like, now that's kind of a certain thing. Like now you're combining two different niches, but maybe it's a little bit more specific if people are searching for that. But I think if it's just like a general football shirt, and you're just throwing one shirt out in the wild of 40 pages worth of them, this design better be badass, or I really don't see it being found.
I guarantee you, Glenn, that by tomorrow there will be hundreds, if not thousands, of football and taco shirts on Amazon.
There probably already are.
I guarantee you that.
All right, I'll double check on that.
Okay. So the third bullet point is keywords. Now, it's funny because people are always asking me about keywords. I am not a keyword expert. I only do what's best for me. If I tell you what I'm doing and you think it's wrong, well then contact us and let us know, because again, we're not experts. So in reference to the football shirts again, what I usually do is I just I just find words that's related to football, right? Like what words are related to football? Quarterback, touchdown, first down,
sports,
tight end, things like that. Those are words that's associated with football. So I try to add those words into my description, into my keywords. And for the most part, I think this worked. But again, in my own personal situation, I think my designs are the selling points. I think the keywords help. But again, I'm not a keyword expert. I mean, what do you think, Glenn?
Well, I think the keywords help, but you also have to put yourself in the position to win. And if you're just going to put football t-shirt and submit it, that's like another thing. Like how are they going to find that stuff? I would recommend going, because I've seen it before too. And I've seen this because people have emailed me their listings and what they've done. And hey, is this good or not? And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think you're really putting yourself in a position to win by just putting football t-shirt. Even if you just put football touchdown t-shirt, like, well, what else about this t-shirt makes it great as far as your idea, your design, the niche? And that's why you said people that are maybe wasting your bullet points putting men's, women's, and youth shirt available or something like that. Why not talk about the design and why?
Mm-hmm.
Why did you make this design?
Yeah, like this shirt is perfect for the quarterback or something. I don't know.
Yeah, or I don't know. I have like a son that's in a quarterback high school or something, and you can focus more on like it's a quarterback football t-shirt and go more in depth into that or something. I mean, it just depends on what that is. But if it's just very general and you're just going to put very general keywords, that's I would also look to see like what people are searching for and try to do that and try to see, what they're searching for on Amazon rather than.
There is a way you can do that. So
yeah.
So there is a way you can do that. So fourth bullet point we have is pricing. Let's talk about pricing. So I don't know how you guys price your t-shirts, but I price my t-shirts between $17.99 to $19.99. I don't ever go more than $19.99. and it's all based on the design. Like if it took me, I don't know, if it's all text based and it took me 20 minutes to design, I'll price it $17.99. But if it's a really elaborate design, I'll price it at $19.99. And then anything else is in the middle, I'll price it at $18.99.
I think everybody's kind of different on pricing, and man, I don't know. I think it's kind of tough to see like what works and what doesn't work, and you'd have to really test that out. Obviously, for you, I think your method with design and pricing has worked. And in my end, I kind of think the same way. Like if I have a simple text-based shirt, like I have a text-based shirt that sells every week, and it's super simple. I didn't do anything crazy. I didn't even, I thought it was funny. Like I thought the slogan thing was kind of funny. I just made it, I put it on there, and it's very, very simple, and it sells every week. But I kind of had it match with a certain font that I thought would kind of work with it too.
Sure.
So that works cool. And since it's so simple, I think I have it priced at like $16.99 or something compared to some of the other ones that did take me a little bit longer, have $18.99 or $19.99. But I guess my question would be like, what is your take on the people that start off at like $12.99? They get a sale or two, they're not making anything on it, and then they boost up the price $13.99. Maybe now it's $15.99, and they slowly build it up, but they're not really making a whole lot in the process. What's your take on those?
Well, again, I would have to see the design, right? Personally, I'm not a fan of doing that because I think if your design is good enough, you should set it at a premium price. Don't just set it low and then try and build it up. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I just, I believe in my work. I'm very confident of my designs, and I set them at a premium price.
Do you think it kind of ruins the market when people have shirts that are so low, or not really?
It depends. I mean, because I have a shirt. One of my best-selling shirts right now, Glenn, it is text-based. It has some simple graphics on it. I sell an average of 5 a day, right? 5 a day, and there's a bunch of other shirts, with the same text and stuff, but the design isn't as good, and the font selection isn't as good, and they have a lower price. But I'm number one as far as the search results when you do a search on Amazon for that particular shirt, even though mine's priced at $19.99.
Yeah, and do you think that has to do with the keywords, the design, and the?
I think it's the design. I'm a firm believer it's because of the design.
Yeah.
So as far as pricing your shirts $12.99, $13.99, I'm not a big fan of that. I think as long as you have a good design, you can ask for a premium price. And the example that I gave you is a good example of why.
Yeah. I think if you're searching and you find a bunch of t-shirts in that certain niche and you see the first page is flooded with, I don't care like what price they are, if you know the design is crappy and you can make a way better one, then find out like the ones that are selling from these crappy bunch, do your research on it. Okay, well, what kind of keywords are these guys using? Maybe the keywords are helping it because obviously the design isn't good. And try to see how you can improve it all around. Keywords are better. The design is better, and the price is reasonable, and you're not going above and beyond at like $25.99 or something. Or, I mean, who knows? I mean, maybe people still might buy it, but I would really research to those and see if you can do a better job. And rather than, I think, just trying to make it better and then slip right in at $12.99, now you're undercutting everybody and you're not making any money.
Yeah. And I've shared this story before, but this particular shirt, typically I'm not worried about copycats, right? But this particular design, again, it's one of my best sellers. Someone came in, stole my design pixel by pixel, stole my description and everything, stole my keywords, and they undercut me by $5. And again, normally stuff like this doesn't bother me because I know there's thousands of other ideas. But because they took my best seller and they just undercut me by $5, I had to report them to Amazon, and sure enough, their design was taken down in a couple of days.
Yeah, and that's a direct copy, so of course that's a totally different thing, but you have to take them down, especially if it's your best seller.
Yeah, I had to take action on that one. Okay, our final bullet point is marketing. And there's a bunch of ways you guys can market your shirts. Social media is obvious. I have my shirts. I have a Instagram account for my shirts, and I upload the designs that I feel are the most popular ones, and then I put the hashtags, and then in my bio is the link to either my Etsy store or my Amazon listing. I do that, and I think that's pretty straightforward. I did the same thing on Pinterest. I recently created a Pinterest account, so I'm getting into that. And I haven't done any ads. Facebook ads, I swear, you need like a PhD to learn this damn thing because it's so confusing. Have you ever tried it?
Yeah, I have it. Well, I guess I've tried it for like my channel and stuff like that, but not for shirts.
Mm-hmm. What kind of results did you get as far as?
I mean, I got more people like involved and followers like on Instagram because I ran it on both. So I got more followers and more engagement. I wasn't necessarily selling a product or anything like that. So I did see some, but I guess not really what I kind of thought would happen. But I can see them doing good if you really have to find the right people that are actually going to see these ads. I could probably see it working better for private groups on that particular niche, and you can contact the person running the group and say, hey, can I use this ad or something on a pinned post or something like that? I think could work way better than just throwing out Facebook ads. Maybe YouTubers wearing the shirt, they have a big following or something like that, could also help. AMS, which I've done too. I'm going back, so I've just put out like 4 different ads yesterday.
Okay.
But they have to get approved. It usually takes like 24 to 72 hours. So I don't know. It's going to take a little while. Of course, they have like sponsored products or headline search, things like that. Some of them have worked, but I think it also just depends on the niche too. If it's something that people are interested in, typing it in, trending. I think for probably Eclipse, that would have worked the best because people are actually looking for that compared to quilting shirts. If you're going to run ads on quilting shirts, I think it's going to be a lot tougher because only a certain amount of people are looking for that. I think the traffic is a little bit lower. I mean, obviously way lower than if you went in on the Eclipse shirts at the right time. Then that's a totally different thing. But I'm going to let everybody know, I guess, with AMS, see what happens. I've ran them before. They didn't do that great. I did get some sales, but then again, also might just been the timing and what the niche was about at that time.
Yeah, the last time I ran some AMS ads, it was back in May, right around Cinco de Mayo. I had some Cinco de Mayo shirts, and I had some mediocre results. And it's funny that you mentioned that you're running 4 ads again. I recently put up 2 ads myself. I've been talking to Jacob Bates a lot behind the scenes. He's the one that got me into the AMS advertising, and maybe we should have him on the show in the near future. But yeah, he's talked me back into doing the AMS ads. I got a couple of ads running. Unfortunately, I haven't seen any results from it. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's something. I'm assuming it's probably my keywords. I guess this is something that I should sit down with maybe someone like Jacob and have a discussion with him and see what I'm doing wrong, because apparently he's very successful with the AMS ads. So
yeah, I think I don't know. I mean, ads I think are definitely going to help you no matter what. It's always good to not just rely on organic sales, period. Right. But you also have to look at like how many people have joined merch in the last 8 months or so.
Oh, tons.
You know what I mean? Like competition is a lot higher. You're gonna have a lot of people into the same things. What's gonna make you stand out? Is it gonna be the design? Is it gonna be your keywords? Is it gonna be the niche? And you're going for things that are untapped. Are you going to be putting more ads and more work into marketing? And then pricing. I mean, those are the 5, and I think all of them play a huge part. Like, that's why we all have them on our factors in making and creating winning t-shirts, because competition is going to get harder and harder.
Yeah. No, I mean, our group is close to what 7,000 members now, and that proves that more and more people are getting their accounts approved.
Yeah.
So no, you're absolutely right.
Whether they're good designs or not, they're still adding it into the system. So it could be harder to even find your shirt. Maybe you do have a cool design, but you're 5-6 pages in, and it might be harder to find your shirt by then, because even some of the crappier ones might be ahead of yours or easier to find for some reason, keywords or something else, or pricing, or maybe it's sold once. I don't know. That's what's going to get harder and harder, I think, as this goes on too. But I mean, Q4, the numbers should be up, period, as long as you're trying. But it is going to get harder to really sustain, I think, really great numbers throughout. So I don't know. We'll have to see what happens.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so those are the 5 bullet points that we have, and just to go back and go over those again. The first bullet point was the idea and design. In our opinion, the design and the idea, they're the most important. Number 2 is niche. Number 3 is keywords. 4 is pricing, and 5 is marketing. Hopefully, you guys can utilize those with your designs and get some sales out of it.
Yeah. You have any bonus ones to put in there?
Bonus ones? Not really. No, just just keep plugging away. I mean, I see a lot of comments and posts in the groups about, oh, my shirts aren't selling. I'm at the 10 tier. I'm like, guys, if you guys just got in and you're at the 10 tier, and we've said this numerous times already on the podcast, you're not going to see results overnight.
No.
I mean, it took me, and I've mentioned this how many times now, it took me like 8-9 months to reach my first $1,000 in royalties.
Yeah.
So for those of you guys that are expecting $500, within the first week of doing merch, it can happen, but I can almost guarantee you it's not going to happen.
It's just going to be way tougher now. I think if this was a year ago, it'd been easier to get out of the 10 tier. You're going to really have to want it to get out of that 10 tier, and even the 25 tier at this point, with everybody else in there. And I think also you're going to see people starting to drop off and quit on merch. That's just part of the thing and what happens, especially being like at a low tier, and it gets frustrating. Like I quit on Kindle publishing. Like, it just wasn't for me. For one, I didn't enjoy it, but I got in way late compared to a lot of people that were making like pretty good money from it. Even the people that were making, I don't know, an extra 2, 3, 4,000. I mean, you take that any day, but I got in like way later compared to everybody else. And then even some of the stuff that I was kind of following, some of the YouTube videos, some of the tutorials, some of the even people that had like different courses and stuff, like a lot of the stuff was already outdated, and I was like, man, well, this kind of sucks. Like, how long ago did these people get in? And then now here I am, a year and a half, 2 years later, and things had already changed. And timing makes a huge difference.
Yeah, but I mean, but Kindle itself, I mean, I've done a little of it, and that whole process was just, it was really bad. I mean, just the whole process of hiring a ghostwriter, getting a proofreader, and then hiring a designer for the cover, and then I forget what the other process is,
like
but
affiliate links and other links to try to get you to go back to look at the other books. And
the whole thing with Kindle was just, it was a pain in the butt. Merch is obviously much easier. You just get one, hire a couple of good designers, and you should be good. So that's what we have. let's see, closing comments, dude. I see that your brother. I call him Brother Hacks. Brother Hacks is now doing the Printful Etsy integration. So shout out to Brother Hacks.
Yeah, I told him, hey, I was like, hey, me and Yang, we want to interview you, talk to you, put you on the show, but I want to see you get some numbers and see what happens.
Okay, and he's down for that?
Yeah, he's down.
Yeah. So shout out to Brother Hacks and happy belated birthday. It was his birthday, what, yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday.
How old is he now?
27.
Man, still a young kid.
Yeah.
Still a young kid.
Out of the womb.
Yeah. So Brother Hacks, I'm glad he's doing that. What else? I think that's it, man. Any closing comments, thoughts?
I'm just trying to get ready for Q4, trying to just add as many shirts as I can. Trying to get both the design and the ideas down, ready to go. And I guess in the words of like Anthony from what jersey, merch jersey edition, be like, gotta fill up your slots, bro. And he just like, I just have these words in my head, like all the time. Fill up the slots, bro. Come on, bro. Don't waste time, bro. And I'm just like thinking about it over and over. And I'm like, you know what? I gotta get some more shirts up, especially for Q4. So
yeah,
that's what I'm trying to do here. And then Friday, see everybody else in Denver.
See everyone in Denver, and we're gonna do a live show in Denver at the meetup. So that'll take place on Friday. Hopefully, we'll get that episode out to you guys by no later than next Sunday. Glenn, where can people contact you? How can they find you?
Email me, hustlerhacks1@gmail.com, hustlerhacks on YouTube.
Okay, and you guys can find both of us in the Facebook group. Tag us if you have any questions. You can email me at Yong, YONG, at geekhustle.com. Go to geekhustle.com, sign up for my newsletter. Other than that, hey, it's Q4. Everyone, just get out there, start grinding, start designing. If you don't design, hire good designers. Let's get pumped.
Yeah, go out and get it.
Go out and get it.
Yeah.